Sometimes it can feel really challenging to be positive. I like to talk about on this channel that you should try to think positively whenever you can, because a lot of our suffering and misery in our lives, it's because we think something. Like we look at an external situation, we look at our life, and we're like, I don't like this. That's a thought. The thought is what is telling you inside your mind, you don't like this. I should feel pain about this. I should feel like either anxiety or anger about the situation. It's generating some kind of a response. There's the intermediary reaction thought. There's the thought that recognizes the situation, and then you get the feeling, right? What I want to talk about today is feeling. What I want to talk about today is trying to make thinking positively, becoming optimistic, easier on yourself, because it's not always easy. So let's try and make it as easy as possible. So here's what I want you to take away from this. You can only exist in one feeling state at a time in life. So you can be feeling happy and then something bad happens, you can be feeling sad, but you're going to move from one to the next. You're not going to be feeling, both at the same time, really. So the thing is that you have more control over your state that you're existing in than you probably want to give yourself credit for. Now, I'm not saying that you can never feel emotions. Of course not. It's important to feel your emotions. But you can recognize when you're like maybe being overly tense or you're not processing an emotion. Um, if you just keep resorting to criticism and being really negative, being really harsh about your future, or being really self critical, when you notice that you're having these thoughts over and over and over, you're like, what's going on? And that's when you can try to notice your body and notice how you're like physically feeling in your body. Um, Notice like in your chest or in your throat, or even if you're like clenching your hands, even notice like tension in your face, and think about what kind of feeling that is and try to identify it and then work to release it. So if you're feeling really down, for example, and you're just having all of these like depressing thoughts over and over and over, you're feeling really like sad about the future or feeling a lot of regret, maybe you just need to cry and you just need to find a way to like push it out, or you just need to like write some emo poetry or something. But you need to find a way to express this feeling and move through the emotion so that you can get back to that baseline of neutrality. And when you're there, it is easier to choose, like, how do I want to feel? How do I want to live my life? What am I going to do with the rest of my day, feeling wise? Um, and we get in this habit where we are so separated from our bodies and from our emotions. We're so used to distractions, like with social media and things like that. We would rather avoid the pain of the painful emotion or the painful reality that we're currently looking at. And we would rather just have a distraction. So we go to something stimulating like social media. And it's weird because you could move through it a lot quicker if you just acknowledged it and felt the feeling, with some awareness, and then cried or whatever, even worked out, and gotten over it, instead of spending hours like doom scrolling where you end up never getting over it, but you feel like you numb yourself in the moment. So, no judgment if this is what you do. I do this too. So, but it's good to catch yourself and know that you can you can be the you can steer the ship a little bit. I'm not saying that this is easy. This is challenging, but it also is amazing because it can give you hope. it can give you hope because then you're like, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna be this sad forever. I'm not gonna be this angry forever. I can move through it and then actually feel better and choose to feel better." So, anyways, once you get to this state of neutrality again, you're going to have a much easier time trying to be positive and think that the future is actually going to be good and things are getting better and all of these like positive affirmations, which are super important. But it's like the feeling state is really, really crucial too. And so you need to try and work on developing this better relationship with what you're actually feeling, because we can be so disconnected from our body. We don't even know what we're feeling. We're just like, I know I'm feeling kind of like ambiguously bad, but I don't know, like I couldn't name it. And so this practice of awareness is really important to help us um, just get past it and then to become better people. And that unlocks the ability to lead a better life and to, like manifest things, manifest your goals. It can happen for you, but you don't want to be fighting yourself constantly. There's no reason to torture yourself. So notice when you can, like, recollect yourself a little bit. Take some time for yourself and think about, what am I feeling? What do I need to do to, like, move through this in this moment? Even if you can't fix the problem or whatever, just feel the feeling. Even if the problem stays the same, you'll be able to react to it more neutrally. And the Buddhist approach to this would, of course, be meditation that can help to clear all of this like residual thought patterns and like pent up stuff to help look at a situation neutrally. And that is a great practice. Any number of emotional regulation tactics are really great for this. You could look up somatic healing, which is all about like kind of like a psychological healing in the body approach. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to look at this concept, but I really hope that you will notice whenever you are feeling really stressed or any of these negative emotions, move through it instead of always reaching for a distraction, because that will, in the long term, be what makes you a lot happier because you're not always having all this pent up energy and just like, you know, messiness from the day on you. So, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.